Hello, this is Dale Henry, and this video is part of our review of the Wavmill hand warmers. This is one of those units. This one happens to be in green. These hand warmers overall work pretty well. Let me give you some overview of the items. First is there's one for each hand, which is great. They actually have magnets in them that attach together, so if you want to throw this in a single pocket, whatever. There is also a case that comes with them, and they do supply in the box two separate cables, so you can charge them independently, which is important because each one will take up to 2 amps or 10 watts. So 2 amps over 5 volts from a USB connection. So that's actually a good idea. They're pretty simplistic. It is single button utilization. I'll see if I can show this to you here so you can see it. It's USB-C, by the way, to charge it. If you press and long hold, what'll come on, if you can see that light there in the top, is it'll show you which level it's on in terms of heat. You can tell that this indicator here is showing you the heat level because it's green. Unfortunately, in this particular model, the indicator is also used for battery level, which we'll show you here in just a second. And you can tell the battery level when you're looking at the battery level because it's blue. It uses a different color. If you quick press, it will then go up one level. It starts out at low, goes to medium, and then goes to high. This thing does heat up pretty well, pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, if you put it on high and then just let it stand there for a minute, come in and grab it, it's hot enough that it might be uncomfortable. And then you can just cycle through the levels like that. If you quick press it, you'll notice how it goes blue, and then it gives you the level of approximately where the batteries are at. So in terms of heat, one of the things that I have to grade the unit down for a little bit, let me turn this off, is that they say it's 360 heat. I think that that's a little bit disingenuous because in reality, and this is not really a knock on the Wavmill per se, I've had a chance to review multiples of these hand warmers, and they're all pretty much the same way. There is one single heating element, and on this particular unit, it's right here. It's on the flat side, right in the front. It's maybe the size of a dime or less. The reason, and that's the only heat source for the entire unit, the reason why they say it's 360 is this entire case is aluminum alloy. So, and aluminum carries heat really well. So it'll start circulating the heat around, but in no way is it going to be consistent heat from the front to the back or even from the top to the bottom, to be perfectly blunt. Now, that's not as terrible as it may sound. It actually transmits the heat quite well. So it'll warm your hands. And quite frankly, what you want to do is you're going to want to get the flat side towards your fingers, sort of like I just did right there, because your fingers are what get the coldest the quickest, and that will do it the fastest. The main palm of your hand is what probably needs the least. And so if you put it that way, that'll work pretty well. In terms of length of time, I haven't had a chance to test that. It says 18 hours on low. That's probably true. Well, actually, it might be a little bit aggressive, but we'll do a test on that later and then update the review. It is a 5200 milliamp hour battery. That's pretty good for hand warmers, especially in this price range, so it will last a while. And that's pretty much it. I think overall I can recommend these. They're good units and they do work well. I'm a big skier, and so I actually have used them, and they do work. They come in, I think, 4 different colors. As a reviewer, this is the color they shipped me. It's probably my least favorite out of the out of the 4, but it is what it is. And so you can, when you look at it online on Amazon, you can go ahead and check for it. So again, this is Dale Henry.
Hand warmers. Magnetic. Okay, that's on. That's 1 dot. 2 dot. 3 dot. 3 is really hot. That's too hot for me. I usually use 1. And 2 if I'm outside and my hands are already cold. Double click. Power. 2 dots power. And that's that. They charge separately. They each have their own cable. And they have the magnets that let them stick. You can do that and kind of play with them, fidget with them. So that's fun. And the heat comes out of the flat part, mostly. It does radiate around the whole shiny part a little bit, But this is the hottest surface right there on the flat part. And they work for hours. Probably 8 hours, 10 hours. They work a long time on the low setting.
It's already getting hot. Right here.
There they are. The magnetic clean together. Charge port on the end. Hold that to turn it on. Just 3 different settings. Yeah.
Tis the season for hand warmers. We are approaching the holiday season, and of course, no matter where you are in the country, the holiday parades will be outside at night in the cold. We are anticipating that we're going to have about 20 kids on our float, so I have started looking at electric hand warmers for some of those younger babes, making sure that they stay nice and warm while they're riding on the float through the parade. So we'll see how these go. They're supposed to come pre-charged. Obviously, our Christmas parade isn't for another month or so, but they're nice and green, and I'm hoping that one child will only need one hand warmer at a time. So you're going to do a long press to turn it on, and there's green lights that pop on. I don't know if you guys can see those or not, maybe just a little bit. and I can feel it warming up pretty well. It doesn't feel like it's going to be too warm for the young kids. So we'll see how they handle it, but it's definitely getting warm. I wish I had infrared so you guys could see the heat coming off of it. It's really nice and warm, and it's not burning my hand warm. So I don't know if that's because it's not fully charged, or if it's just that gentle for softer skin, younger skin. But overall, I'm kind of excited. So just hold it down and that'll turn it off. And wow, it immediately cooled it off. I'm really excited about these, you guys. This is a neat little invention. I'm excited I discovered these, and I'm definitely going to start investing in these as we get closer and closer to that Christmas parade.